what's up you guys? Welcome to another installment of the Daily Grind. So as you can see, I've actually moved the camera around again, per request. I'm gonna try out a couple different things because, to be flat out honest with you, I don't really like the camera on this side of the screen. I feel like because of my character, because you know how it's kind of like, there's like right-handed and left-handed like views, so you can kind of do this and do that. Like, with the, I think, right-handed view, as you can see, this kind of chops off a little bit of like Necros' head, and I don't really like the camera on this side because I feel like there's the character, and then there's the camera, and then there's the map, and there's chat. I am gonna try another recording where the camera is down at the bottom, but I feel like that's just as cluttered as like having it at the top here. I'm thinking at the top, it's not going to be as bad because the character's going to be a little bit lower and whatnot, but we'll see. I'm willing to give it all a try. We might even just completely scrap this layout and just, I don't know, figure out something where the cam is in a completely different area. Or maybe you guys don't really feel like I need a cam at all. I saw one person, okay? I'm not saying that everybody is asking for it, but I did see one person saying, is there a point to the cam at all? And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Sometimes there's like a lot of, how do you say this? Like body, oh my god, the communication with the body language. There's a lot of body language and a lot of facial expressions that are missed out on, because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said, I'm a very expressive person, and sometimes, like in the video where I completely and utterly forgot that it was a Monday and not a Tuesday, like that live streaming like incident, where you just see my face just go completely like, I'm so mad at myself right now. And that's kind of like why I like to keep the cam up, because mainly because of the fact that this is supposed to be a little bit more unscripted. It's meant to be a little bit more relaxed and chilled out, and kind of like that human interaction kind of reminds you that we're all not so polished, and that, you know, I mean, like the rest of the content that I really work on, I literally cut the breath out of. Like in these videos you can hear me breathing. If you go to any of the more professional polished videos, like the kind of tighter videos that I do, I dare you to find a breath in there. Because literally that's what I go through. I spend a lot of time editing audio, and it's literally me just muting out and cutting out breath. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but that is definitely one thing that I do in my standard videos, which I'll be working on some more of those soon. I'm just kind of really enjoying this process right now. I've always said that I create videos and I create content that I like and that I feel good about. And as the series goes on, I'm kind of feeling better and better about making these kind of videos. I feel like the live commentary is improving a little bit. You know, it's not as concise as I would like it a lot of the time. Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about. Sometimes I jump off on random tangents. And, well, there's one right there. There's an example of that. Yeah, so it's not necessarily perfect or polished, but I am kind of feeling a little bit more comfortable in my mess, I guess you'll say that. Now, one of the big reasons that I was talking about cam placement is, yesterday, what I noticed with that cam placement was not very happy with it, mainly because of the fact that I actually showed you guys a build yesterday, and that build got, like, 2 of the mods in that build were completely blocked out because of the cam placement. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be playing around a little bit with more and, you know, restructuring everything and doing whatever I can. Still kind of weirded about the placement on this, but as you can see, because this is the part of the Endo farming series, I wanted to go ahead and show you that Necros build. It's not really the Necros build, it's really like the Boltus build, because I'll be honest with you, the build that I'm just using my Shadows of the Dead build. Legitimately, I'm just using my Shield of Shadows. Like, what did I call it? It was like, it was called like something conversion, shield conversion. There you go. My shield conversion build. Shield of Shadows doesn't need to be in there at all. You can substitute it with whatever, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm lazy. So I'm just gonna leave it like that and just call that a day. You can do it, you can fuck with this any way that you like, but legitimately that's probably how I'd keep it. Maybe I would toss in something like, not Prime Flow, but maybe Quick Thinking or something. I don't know. Something. Just fucking fuck with it and do something. Maybe once we get Prime Vigor, that'll be good. But the big thing right now is this is how I've actually modded the Boltus. which is really kind of like the shining star of the show for this. You just kind of zip around and just spam it over and over again. As I was playing through, I did notice with this build and this setup, I did experience a much bigger increase in the endo that I was able to accrue. So yesterday's it was about 1900 endo in 30 minutes. With this, I wouldn't be surprised to see something around 2500 endo. You kind of sit around like the 300, anywhere from like 300 to 700 endo. That's where it usually is. Sometimes you get lower, sometimes you get higher. Now let's say 300 to 500 endo. You get you get a little bit lower, you get a little bit higher. But what's really cool today is I was actually kind of going through it and playing with the build and all that kind of stuff. And I ran into a couple teammates and actually a couple of the viewers that were pretty damn awesome. I ran into you guys and we're zipping through and fucking made, okay, there's only two reasons why when you end up on Void Annoy, or whatever you want to call it, that's the best name I could possibly think of, is you're either farming Endo, or this one, Vodyanoi. I don't like that at all. You're either going to be farming Endo, or you're going to be farming Judgment Points for Kayla. Most often you get a lot of people who are farming Endo. So what ended up happening is I was on, ooh, and I ran into the Etch-a-Sketch guy again, the other Necros, and he was totally there. So we were both there doing Necrosy things. But anyway, that's just me getting a little too excited. So what ended up happening is the other two players, and I thought this was ingenious on their parts. They weren't running Necroses, and they didn't need to run Necroses, but one ran a Rhino for the damage boost from his roar, really good thought, and then the other person ran a Nova for the extra damage that she could give out with her passive. So it's not just about running Necroses, you know, it's kind of like, it was cool because they saw what we were doing, and they're like, hey, I got you, boo, I'm gonna help you out, I'm gonna help you out real good. And they kind of stepped in to support in their own way, right? I mean, think about it, you could also run a Saren with Spores. You could do that too, but I really definitely wanted to kind of run the Necros and see how much more endo that you could get out of it. Because the big thing about this, and this is what I'm gonna put out right now, I believe that this is the only endo farm where you can directly influence the amount of endo you get. So if you notice in things like excavation, survival, or defense, what you end up getting with those is the game ends up rewarding you endo at intervals, potentially. You may not get it. At least you know when you do the arena missions, a lot of the people that go there are specifically there for endo, and a lot of the people that go to, like, let's say, going to Hieracon, which is where we're going today. We're going to be going to Hieracon, we're going to test that out and see exactly how that kind of fits. I'm just checking time right now to see the 30-minute mark. This is going to be a long video, I'm letting you know right now, because I've been rambling for almost 10 minutes. But, yeah, so people who go to Hieracon, sometimes they're there for... what is it called? The cabbages. The relics. They're there for the relics. Sometimes they're there for relics, sometimes they're there for other, you know, farming reasons. But at least when you go to the arena, number one, other players are going to be there, and they're going to be farming endo specifically, or points for, Kayla. Ooh, sorry. See, you would miss out on that. You would miss out on all that. But yeah, so they're all going there for a purpose, and you can influence the amount of endo you get via Warframes, whether you want to use, somebody in the comments was considering using Avara. I personally like a lot more mobility. Like, I always feel kind of like, what's the word I want to say? I always feel like the game is running a little bit slower whenever I use Avara. You know, you gotta pickpocket them to get the chance at the endo, and then you kill them, and it just feels a little bit slower than zipping around with the Necros. But hey, if Avara is your thing, girl, make it happen. Do it right. So that's what I kind of like about the Vodyanoi. Somebody else had also mentioned that if you go into the lower areas, like the lower arenas, that you would get about the same amount of endo. A little, not quite. I don't feel like the drops were as much there, and I was using Necros as well. They're comparable, but not all the way. I would still much prefer the Voidyanoi place. But anyway, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you that build and kind of give you guys that perspective on farming Endo. But now let's go ahead and take a look what 30 minutes farming on Hieracon looks like. Now here's the thing with Hieracon is the fact that, like, again, it's like I had said, other people go to Hieracon for many reasons, so we don't necessarily know for a fact exactly what kind of group we're gonna get if they're willing to leave at the 2 mark, because the 2 mark sounds so fucking like odd, but like if they're willing to kind of, ooh, let's use a Zenistar. Somebody on the other day said, well, clearly you must not have the Zenistar because it was not on your list of favorites. I'm like, ooh, I didn't like it all that much. Like, chill out. Did not like it all that much. The last time that I used this, actually, I don't want Healing Return on there. I tried it. I don't like it. I'm going to put Life Strike on there. And we're going to be fighting the... What are they? We're going to be fighting the Infested. So we're going to do that. And let's toss some heat on this motherfucker. Right? That's what we're doing? We're doing that? There you go. Let's do that. Alright, so we're going to be using that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our viewer of the day. Notice. I know, some people are going to get... You know what we're going to do? I'm going to contract Future Rob. Let's see if we can evoke the power of Future Rob. Pow! Oh, I have been summoned from the future here to give you some glyphs, so you guys enjoy these. And if you guys don't know how to claim these, you go to warframe.com/promo or promo code. Be sure that you're including all of the dashes and whatnot, because I'm still getting questions on that, and some people are just slowly discovering how to put them in. So hopefully by now you guys have your codes, and I'll see you guys in my little friends list and whatnot. Alright, back to Past Rob. Alright, so you guys enjoy your glyphs. I hope you guys like that. Pick them up while you can. But yeah, so as you guys know, I always kind of like find people on my friends list that have the glyphs up, and I use them as my chat blocker so that people can't fuck with my life while I'm doing this. We're gonna use Volt today. I know, I just feel like using Volt. What are you gonna do? So let's take a look. We're going to go to Hieracon. I know that a lot of the people, when they do this, are a little bit burnt out. They're not necessarily super fond of doing this, as it's kind of like the same mission over and over. I actually haven't run Excavation in a little bit, so this'll feel kind of good. It'll feel refreshing. And I think that's the big thing with this series that I want to do, is I kind of want to take a look at different ways to farm the same thing, so that you can kind of like get a grips on the fact that it's not always one specific way you have to do it. Sure, one might be better than the other, but only focusing on one kind of, you know, prevents you from experiencing everything, experiencing all the goodness and all the love and the joy that is in the game. Oh, I hate doing this. Oh, the speed. Speed is like, I don't like it, but sometimes you need it. It's like medicine. It's like medicine. Oh. The only reason that I love this so much, that I love the new, what is it called? That I love the new discharge so much, is the fact that it takes the color of your energy. Like, previous to this, I felt like it kind of didn't, but maybe it was just because it was all based off of electric procs. And now because of the fact that it's... Come back here. Come back here, you piece of shit. I hate flying things. Why do you suck so bad? Oh, pick it up. That's the thing that kind of sucks with predictive... What is it called? It's kind of like the keybind... The keybind that responds to everything is that sometimes you're, like, when you try to activate certain things, or when you try to pick up certain things, it just reloads your weapon, and you're like, that's not what I wanted! That's not what I wanted at all! And this is my capacitance build. This is actually one of the things that I love about the Volt builds. It's almost like regenerating health. but it's kind of like forcibly regenerating your shield. Because you cast it, and you're dealing damage over time. So if something's hitting you, you can also be restoring. You can also be restoring everything at the same time. So I'm gonna try to leave it 2, and let's see what the group does. I feel really bad. I don't know. I don't know if the group is necessarily gonna be happy. And you know, that's a big thing too. Like if you think about it, it's like, will your group leave with you? Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. 400 Endo straight out of the gates. All right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's, to be honest, that 400 Endo was faster than doing that 400 Endo was faster than doing a single arena run. But at the same time, that 400 Endo is RNG based. So we don't know for a fact that we're gonna walk away with Endo every single time. Sometimes it might be credits, sometimes it might be a big bag of no dicks. I was gonna say a big bag of dicks, but the thing is, I would be happy with that. This, you know, not so much. And it also kind of boils down to how good and how fast your team works. Sometimes there are some teams that are well balanced and will be able to hold down 2 points at once. And as much as I would like to be like, well, you bring this team and you bring this team and you're gonna get so many chances at Endo, but for me, this kind of series is a little bit more like, realistically, what can you do if you're a solo player in a PUBG? You know? Because the thing is, not everybody is always gonna have all of their friends on at all points in time, and sometimes you're trying to get some shit done. You're trying to get some shit done, and you know, you don't necessarily always have. See, we got a 3,000 credits cash. That's not necessarily a winner right there. Okay. Technically, it's the first 2, so let's see what happens if I try to bail. Like my team, I'm just gonna check chat responses. This is a social experiment. Don't get mad at me. This is just a social experiment, right? Because legitimately, we're just here to farm Endo, but other people may not be feeling in that same way, right? So, okay, oh, I feel really bad because this is like the whole, like my whole issue. I'm like, oh, don't hate me. I'm gonna try to leave right now. Oh my god, are they gonna be pissed? They might be. Oh, all of my anxiety, all of my wanting and needing for people's approval, it's all out the window now. I'm like the only one. What's gonna happen? Oh my god. I'm gonna get cursed out, aren't I? Ooh, what is that? Steve, I'm sending this straight to you. What is going on? Okay, not a single fucking person. Not a single fucking... And because there aren't 2 or more players, ain't nobody coming out. Nobody even knows that I'm at Extraction. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you are endo farming. Oh, was that a player? No, that was a fly. Alright, so when you're doing this kind of farm, you're kind of at the mercy of other players. Which isn't necessarily a great thing. But, you know, at least it diversifies. You know, if you're looking for a Hell's Chamber, maybe. If you're looking for a little bit of Hell's Chamber action, then, maybe that's fine. I don't know. But, personally, I just fucking want Endo. Like, let's be real. We're just here for the Endo farm. And this is kind of one of the downsides of this. This is definitely one of the downsides, but at least at the same time you get relics, so you can diversify your Endo farm. However, this Endo farm does kind of crap you a little bit because of the fact that, you know, number one, you're here with other people. Number two, you know what? Let's try this. I bet you anything. This is how my mind brain is working right now. So, if we can hold down 2 points and then piece the fuck out, maybe we can just solo it and then piece the fuck out, because this isn't about killing anything. This is just about time, right? This is just about time spent. So what if I just solo this out and try to farm it solo, right? Maybe we'll get more chances at Endo, possibly, and we won't have to wait for the rest of this group to kind of like bypass. So we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind for the next, but maybe we'll just wait for 4 excavators and then piece the fuck out and see if anybody's okay with that. See, that is the one thing that I like much better, is kind of like with the other one. Everybody knows we're all here for the same thing. We're all trying to do the same thing, and the mission ends when the mission ends. This is kind of like one of those things where, alright, we have to agree. And, as you guys know, I, do not necessarily always follow what the crowd does. I'm not a bandwagoner, okay? I don't jump on bandwagons and blindly follow what everybody tells me to do. I think for myself. We got an Axie relic. All right, let's just do this one, and let's try to leave again. God. I completely forgot about this. I was like, because usually whenever I'm doing something like this, like I'm on stream and I'm like, hey, you guys, we're leaving at 1,000. We're leaving at 1,000 cryotic. But this is a public group. Nobody here knows who the fuck I am, so they're just like, fuck off, stranger person. You play by our rules. And sometimes I just want the Endo. I just want to level up. I just want to level up this mod. Like, can you do that for me? Ugh. And again, that kind of boils down to being at the mercy of how other people play the game. And that's why I'm kind of grateful that Warframe isn't a terrible solo. Oh, we got another hotfix? What is this? Apparently the mechanic who worked on the doors in your ship left a spanner in one of them because people are playing the second dream were blocked by that door were jammed shut. Ooh. No bueno. Alright. So I guess we have an easy out for this. I get to cut the video a little bit. I'm gonna have to do 2 cuts today. No. But yeah, is this our way out? Is this our freedom? No, they're going back. They're going back. I want to go. I guess there's only 60 seconds on that one left, so we'll be fine. Again, we're kind of... This is going to be a much longer episode. Fuck, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm very sorry. But look, there's some more Endo. I think we've only got 400 Endo so far, and I'm kind of feeling like this might not be the best way to farm it. You know what I mean? But we'll check this out in a little bit. And you know what? I'll report back, too. That's kind of like the cool thing. That's the cool thing is kind of like, you know, tomorrow... I'll run a couple more of these and we'll see how our boats float. God, they're really trying to get the most out of this, aren't they? Oh, but there's more Endo, so I can't complain. There's all this Endo, so I can't really complain. But yeah, there goes my brain. Like, my brain just stops for a minute. That is the weakness of live recording. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes my brain is thinking of other things at the same time. We got more credits, and we got. All right, I'm leaving. I'm leaving with or without you. I'm gonna stand at that exit. Come on. Yeah, so I think the next one we'll just try for, I don't know. Maybe we'll bring Volt. I mean, Volt doesn't seem like a terrible choice for this. There are other better choices, like probably bring a Nova in for it, or you can bring a, what is it called? Or you could bring a Frost, you know, to slow everybody down. Yes, they're coming. They're coming. I see you. You and me together forever and never to part. All right, cool. We could bring a Frost. And maybe that's a little bit more forgiving because of the fact that you can bring a lot of different kinds of Warframes in for it. I know there's also survivals, and if you guys have any kind of tips or tricks, any kind of things that you guys want me to check out for Endo farming, let me know what you think. Because, you know, this is an ongoing series we can kind of figure out. That's 490 Endo, which feels a little bit meh. And I'm looking at time right now, that was about 15 minutes of farming. I think that we could probably get that with Arena as well. I think that we could get pretty close to that with Arena, but we're gonna have to wait for the hotfix. Alrighty, and we are back. So we're gonna go ahead and check out, I don't know who I want to bring for the solo, what is it called? What is it? It's not Interception. It is Excavation, there you go. Let's bring Nova. I usually don't ever play Nova, and it's not because I dislike Nova in any way, shape, or form. It's just mainly because of the fact that Nova is, I don't know, I feel like so many other people play Nova that I don't really necessarily need to play her myself. I always feel like there are other Nova players. So I'm like, you know, you do that. You do that. Where are you, Yitsu Mooney? You're back in. We're gonna stay consistent. We're gonna stay consistent. Plus, I like her because she looks like a little white rabbit. So we're gonna solo, and we're gonna do Hieracon, and we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I will be good enough with Nova. Maybe I'll be good enough with Nova that we won't actually need to. That maybe we can handle, like, maybe that's the goal. Let's see if we can juggle 2 in 1, and let's see if we can kind of blitz through them super fast. So last time I checked on the last recording, we were about 25 minutes in, but really it was like 13 minutes. 13 minutes because, yeah, because of all of my jibber jabber at the very beginning. I have a feeling that I'm gonna die. I'm really paranoid. This is gonna be death time. Just because I haven't played Nova in so long. Oh god. Like, that kind of shit always, like, makes me wonder if you just kind of got crushed yourself, what that would not be. That would not be so nice. Come on, we need some energy creature things. Come on, I need some energy flying creatures, please. Yeah, I know it's run out of power. Shit. That's why I'm asking for flying energy creatures. I know that doesn't make much sense, but come on. Give it to... Okay, so this is also another thing that I may not have thought about when using... Where the fuck is... Are you serious? I don't see a single flying creature thing. Like, where are all of they? This is the game trolling me. Literally, they do not want me recording this video. This is the video that DE did not want you to see. Dun dun dun. Drama. Are you... Come on. Not a single flying fuck? Okay, we got one. The man's trying to hold me down. Oh, come on, pick it up. Damn it. Oh, we got more. There you go. We're back in the game. There you go. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this. Let's gently place that down there. Let's pick you up. Oh my god, I said pick you up. But you know what? That button just makes it kind of like, you know, and I don't know how it is for consoles, but having that kind of button that just lets you do a bunch of different things with one, even though I complain, it's a fucking godsend because legit, like, I don't really have to, like, think about it. Where's this next one? Is it, like, right over there? So we're just gonna run. So I think we've got, like, 15 more minutes for this to be fair, right? We've got, like, 15 more minutes for this to be fair up against the other one to judge which one's gonna do the best. And to be honest with you, I'm not super excited. I mean, I'll give it another shot. Maybe I'll give it another shot off of camera to see exactly how... Oh shit, no energy. Motherfucker. I know, I spam Molecular Prime a little too much. But that's just because I haven't used her in a while and I'm not really good at gauging. There you go. Alright, we got a credits cache. Boo. Not exactly what we were looking for. But it's okay. Maybe this one will fix everything. And I mean, it's literally a minute and a half. So technically, if you're only spending a minute plus a minute and a half, you're only spending about 3 to 4 minutes per mission, depending on how well you do with everything. Like, depending on if RNGesus loves you with little flying biddies. Oh, I may have to go over there to get more. Oh, well, I just missed everything. Are you fucking me right now? Are you literally fucking me right now? What? Get off. All right. That was possibly a little too close for comfort, but it's okay. We're back at it now. Come on. Pick up the power cell, damn it. All right. How are we on? I think with this, we should be good. We should be good now. But yeah, I'm curious to see what else other people do for what is it called? I'm curious to see what other people do for Endo, because I'll be honest, beyond this and Kalis, see, Kalis used to be really good, which is the Arcwing mission. But I think that after they changed Endo, I don't know if they've actually done anything with it beyond that. And another thing that I do want to check out too is I want to see, and this is gonna sound kind of fucked up, I want to see if the index is actually good for anything. I mean, other than its specialized mods, like, what is the inclination, like, after you've gotten all of the mods from there? All right, so we got nothing. Legitimately, we got nothing. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move. Because I believe it's only the first 2 rounds that have, I think it's only rotation A. It's only A rotations that have Endo on them. So, if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me on that. I don't really feel like looking it up right now live. Maybe I'll correct it in the next video. God, kind of love all of these, like, live commentary videos. Can you just be like, hey, listen, if you're here fucking tomorrow, if you're still watching tomorrow, I'll let you know about the shit I fucked up on. God damn it. Oh, woo, that's good. Oh, wait, where the fuck am I going? Wait, what? What? Oh, here it is. I went so high. I didn't even notice where I was. Oh, whoops. Look at that one I just kind of left behind. So yeah, about 4 minutes worth of work, zero Endo. But we'll try that again. And I mean, that was, I have to admit, that was pretty fucking quick. A lot of credits, so if you guys are looking for credits, I mean, this is a great place to get it too. You can get credits, you can get relics. But really, for me, I don't need relics. I just kind of want some credits, to be, or not credits. I just want some Endo, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for what other ways you can farm Endo, let me know. Otherwise, maybe I'll play a little bit of Arcwing. Maybe we'll do a little bit of Kalis. We'll see if anybody actually comes. I'll be honest with you. Like, here's the thing, I love the shit out of Arcwing, and I wish that they would do more with it, or just do anything with it, because at this point, as it stands, they've added so much into the base game that there are so many interesting things to do on a daily basis. Well, I guess that's arguable. Some people may not find it interesting, but I feel like, oh, no, bitch, no. I'm gonna get you, because I don't want to be fucking starved of these things like I was at the beginning of the last mission. But yeah, I just feel like the base game has so many things that are going with it, right? So we can Kuva farm, we can Endo farm, we can, what else can we do? We can do our sorties to get Riven mods. There's just always something to be messing with, and then we can level Warframes. We can form a Warframe weapons, right? So there's always something that we can do in the main game, as opposed to the, oh, you're like putting your face on it. You're just nuzzling the excavator, aren't you? That's inappropriate. Highly inappropriate. Shame on you. But yeah, so there's always something to do in the main game, and they haven't added anything into Arcwing really that kind of gives us a reason. You know what, you little babushkas, get off. Get out of there. They haven't added anything into the Arcwing game to really want us to kind of like take notice of it or do something with it. And that's kind of like my big issue with it at the moment, that I haven't played with it. Because I love the shit out of Arcwing. I've been a big advocate for it for a long time. However, you're adding on to everything else in the game without adding into Arcwing, kind of leaves it in the dust. And that kind of makes me sad, because, you know, I fucking fell in love. Now I have Arcwing with Titania, so that kind of like sates my Arcwing fix. That kind of makes me feel, you know, like I've got a little bit of Arcwing in my life, even though technically I don't. It's just kind of like the fake Arcwing, which I hate to say it, I kind of like better because it's the old Arcwing system. Hey, don't ever say that I don't fucking criticize DE. Like, I'm gonna let you know right now, I prefer old Arcwing to new Arcwing. That's the reality of it. But at the same time, I don't dislike new Arcwing enough to not play new Arcwing. That's the reality behind it. I still like Arcwing enough to play Arcwing, Just, you know, if I'm gonna be real with you, I prefer... Oh, I guess I gotta have it equipped. Do that. Get out. It's so red. It's like period blood. But yeah, so that's kind of my stance with Arcwing at the moment. I'm very sad because I don't feel like it's getting the love that it deserves, and I wish that they would pay a little bit more attention to it, give it a little bit more of the feels, because it would be great if we could like Endo farm on it, and I think that was one of the things too. For a while, it was a great place to get cores, but I haven't checked it out in a while. And I kind of want to see if they've like played around with the core totals, because if they did, that might be a great reason to play it. Might be a really good reason to get back into doing a little bit of Arcwing. Because if I can farm, because if I can farm Endo during Arcwing, I like that mix up. You guys know, it's like, for me, it's like variety. That's what really keeps me playing Warframe, is playing around with a bunch of different ways to play the game, with a bunch of different Warframes to play the game. Yeah, I know you guys on camera see me playing Nidus a lot and doing all that, but that's, you know, after a while, that's gonna like die down, and you know, the flavor of the week is gonna be the Bard frame, which, to be honest with you, I'm still feeling the same way that I felt yesterday, where I'm kind of like, really, how are you gonna top Nidus? Like, how are you gonna top, how are you gonna make, I guess, how are you gonna make a support frame? How are you gonna make a support frame that, that scales? But then again, I guess support always kind of scales, because it's usually like control or just buffs for the team. Ooh, what if they make, okay, so we got our 200 cryo, and that was nothing. So we didn't get a single ounce of Endo in there, which again kind of reinforces my belief. Oh, let's go. Let's move. It kind of reinforces my belief that I still like the arena version better. Because I think that on rotation B and rotation C, it's mainly relics and credits. I should probably check it out. Hold on. Let's have another break. We're gonna do a quick cut. No, you know what? Maybe there's gonna be no cut. Maybe I'm just gonna do this live on air. You're not gonna see anything that I'm doing, but you're gonna hear no game sounds, but you will hear me type. There you go. Yeah, because I want to know excavation, rotation, and by the way, if you guys aren't going through and kind of like using the wiki to research things, like if you guys have questions, I know it's easy just try to ask somebody for it. Sometimes you just look things up and it's a little bit easier for you. Oh wow, what was that? All right, let's see. Rewards list, come on. So yeah, rotation A is the only one in tier 3? Yeah, so rotation A is the only one that contains it. So y'all saw it live. I checked all the information, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And tier 3, what is this called? Tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 missions all drop Endo, but only in the first rotation. All right, so we're gonna do that again. Keep doing this. We've got about, how much more time do we have? Oh, we have time for one more run. We have time for one more run in this kind of overall mission thingy. And so far, I think we've only got 400 Endo. Is that right? We've only got like 400 Endo. That sounds like a shitty. You know what? That sounds like a shitty roll of the dice. Cause I remember. Well, I guess it's not a lie. Usually when I stream and we do like 1,000. When we do 1,000, we'll at least walk away with like 800. We'll usually get at least 2 in there. So maybe this is just really shitty luck, to be honest with you. But that's what happens when you leave shit like... Hold on. I think it'll be better if I go this way, and I can just defend that door. What happens if I do this? Okay, good. It just stays. But yeah. that's kind of like what happens when you leave it up to RNG though, is kind of like you never really know what you're gonna run into, right? You never really know how great a run's gonna be, and I like, as you guys know, I like consistency. Like, that's one of the reasons, that's one of the painful things in my heart and soul, is because I'm a creature of consistency. I need consistency. So that's why I really like the Adarza Kavat over the Smita, because I know for a fact that if I have the Adarza, I'm going to be getting consistent crit buffs. It's not going to be as big, but it's going to be far more consistent, and over time it'll end up, you know, being more beneficial, because you have something that you can depend on. Gotta have something you can depend on, right? That just makes me seem sad and, like, lonely. Like, I have nothing I can depend on. Where'd it go? Alright, cool. That's decent placement for it. That's decent placement. But yeah. So, as for the Zenistar, I like it. I don't necessarily love it. I feel like the mechanic on it's a little weird, and the fluxing damage types, I think, make things a little bit more complicated to mod for. Not too much more complicated, but more than I would like to put my brain through, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, I just want consistency. See, I'm consistent in my want for consistency. Oh, but that's all that you can ask for in your life. It's like, I'm not big on, oh my god, fuck you credits. Okay, if you want credits, fucking, you know, go here. Go here to Hieracon. You can have all the credits you want here. But this, right now, kind of fucked. At least in my opinion. I don't like this for Endo. I'm gonna put it like that. I do not like this for Endo at all. I much prefer the arena farming. So that's gonna be kind of like the challenge. If somebody can help me beat arena farming, let me know. Because so far, Hieracon is losing it out for me. I think at this point, you know, at least with arena farming, we would at least be at a grand guaranteed of Endo, as opposed to this right now, which is kind of like, well, we'll see what we feel like giving you. Fuck off. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. I just want what I want. And that's kind of a thing too, is like, it's nice when you do something like the arena farm, mainly because of the fact that it's kind of like, you know what you're going in there for. You can set a goal. You're like, hey, listen, today I want to farm, 2,000 Endo, and I know that's the running joke. You can do your sorties to get your Endo farms. Guess what I fucking got? I got a booster. I didn't get Endo. I would love some Endo. However, I got a booster instead. And I know that I actually caught it in the private, like, Discord. Lunsky got himself a greater lens, which did not make him happy at all. He was not happy about that greater lens one bit. More credits! Fuck off! Fuck you! Fuck you! Okay. We're gonna do one more. No, it's this fucking episode's long enough. This episode's long enough. I think, you know what? I think this episode's long enough. We've given it enough of a chance. We've given it enough of a chance, and I think that we've only... Motherfucker. We've given it enough of a chance, and I really don't feel like Hieracon is the way to go. I think it's great because you see those big numbers. You know, everybody's like, ooh, I just got 400 Endo. Ooh, I just got 200 Endo from this mission. But if you had like a billion gazillion chances... If you had like a billion gazillion chances of doing Endo, like with your team, and your team was well organized, and you only walked out with like, you know, like 800 Endo, is that really all that great? When you could go to like Arena, and you could be in a shit team, or you could do it solo, and you could walk away with that much in like about the same amount of missions. So today, I'm going to say that Hieracon kind of sucks for Endo. It's great if you want credits. Like, look at all those fuckers right there. It's great if you want credits. It's great if you want Morphix. Hieracon is great if you want a bunch of different things. If you don't necessarily have one specific thing, like you want some relics to farm, you want some credits to farm, you want some Endo to farm, and you don't really mind, or if you're looking specifically for relics, I think it's a good place to go. However, really, if you're gonna farm Endo, I'm still gonna say that the arena is the winner. Alright, so that pretty much concludes today's episode of The Daily Grind. I will see you guys again tomorrow. I'll also be checking comments to see if there's any other Endo farms that you guys want me to take a look at. Aside from that, tomorrow's episode might be sortie focused. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Or maybe we will journey into the index and see if it's anything else other than just, you know, get yourself some credits. Because legitimately, I think that's the only thing that kind of like pops into my head is that, like, index is good for credits, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out what the index is good for. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys soon. And as always, you know, this part always gets me. This part always gets me so anxious. I'm like, oh, how are you gonna do this? As always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.